Oh yeah, the recording is on. It's just one of them days. Look at this shit. Ooh, let me be if on a past relationship. Wait it is, wait is. It's just one of them days again. They throwing dirt on my name. We know whose turn is it. They try to get their target, but they can't shoot. Feel me? It's one of them days, man. Shout out to Mo 3. You know the weakness. It's an advertisement now. It's being incorporated. It's been incorporated into their culture. Now that shit is even worse. But today is another day, you know. You don't let nothing ever. You can't let these weak niggas win. May 7, 2021. We just too strong, build different, big different, huge difference. You feel me? Even when I'm walking, they jealous of me. You feel me? They got the flying monkeys out here. You know how shit go, man. It's just one of them days again. Shut the fuck up. Ooh. I'm thinking about my past relationship. Yeah, just the way it is. It's just one of them days again. They're throwing dirt on my name. And I'm okay with it. The way it is, it's just one of them days again. I guess there's still more train coming. There's not really nothing going on. They try to keep you on this side of town, but I got time. You know, we always on time, so we already calculated the difference. Just in case something like this occur, you're already on time. You feel me? We know. And it's somebody's turn today, so they gotta over-exaggerate, disrespecting everybody else just to get a target in. These people are just, they just thirsty for any kind of remark. Like, they just thirsty. Like, they just, they just, they just need help, my nigga. That's all. Niggas is mentally ill. They need help, my nigga. Somebody help these people out. Days again. Nigga, you okay with it? The way it is, it's just one of them days again. Mo 3's that nigga. Selling CDs like back. Yeah, man, let me show y'all niggas, man. There's a whole traffic. Feel me? Today's topic is going to be narcissistic again, a scapegoating. We got some new information. You see the traffic. There's still more. Scapegoating. Look at what they left for me. Nigga left. The bitch threw her sandals out the car. Like, yo, y'all too bitter, man. Stop being bitter, yo. Yeah. Why they mad for? It's just the one of them days again. There's still traffic coming on the other side. We see y'all. Keep the camera on them. So you see what's going on, man. We're gonna turn down the music a little bit so I can talk to y'all about this sick, mentally ill individual. Ironically, we in May. It's mental. See you. It's a mental ill awareness month. You feel me? It's a crazy, like, when it starts from January, I don't even know what January is, right? But when you think about it, they got Black History Month, bomb. Then after Black History Month, then you have a woman's Black History Month, then you got a Women's Month. Then this month is Mental Ill Awareness Month. How come they don't have no month for white people? You feel me? How come? How come the people who are in charge of making these decisions didn't put one for the average white man? Feel me? Because a woman can fall in one category, right? Black. You even have Hispanic month, like I guess Latino whatever month. You feel me? But you don't have. Well, why is that, huh? Why is that? Why are they separated? I know some people are like, it's not. That's not fair. It was intentionally done like that. You have to do your research to know the reason why it was done like that. But it's a lot of narcissistic behavior involved in that kind of method. Something you gotta read into, man. Feel me? But it is what it is, man. It's another day, another beautiful day. As you can see, the whole day started off dramatic. You know what I mean? They're just trying to. The narcissistic would do everything in its power to make sure that you don't progress or make any new changes in your life. You feel me? They're notoriously known for that. So they try to discourage you. They use all their flying monkeys to try to make an invincible wall so you don't have to go through it. They try to discourage you. They try all kinds of tricks to make you want to not want. They want to discourage you from having courage. You feel me? They want to take every energy out of you for you to be like, I quit. Like, oh, I just, because it does nothing give them more grief than to watch you just quit and crumble. That's what they want. You feel me? But you can't give into that because that's all they're working on. You feel me? So today's Friday. The beginning of the morning, they're trying everything in their power. They came from the bus ride all the way to the train, then to the cars and everything else. They're gonna try to everything in their power. They just want you to quit. You feel me? They just want me to just be like, I quit, I give up. But you can't give up. You have to have strength to move on. Because every time you show strength, it makes them look that much weaker. You feel me? That's what it is. Because they don't see you. They just, it's like you are disturbing them every time you even fight back. Because they see you so worthless. They're like, how dare you create a disruption? You don't know what they're trying to do, so we just gonna put it on camera. Hold on. Yep. Put these niggas on camera. Always put them on camera. That's what they try to fight me over in New York City. Because they was being slick with this shit. You feel me? Anyway. Expect rage when you start putting people on about what you're going through. And if you know somebody that's going through some kind of narcissistic abuse or is a victim of narcissistic, I think you, an abused narcissistic person, if a person who has been through the same experience as you, y'all can make the best couple actually. Because you know what you don't want in your life because you've already experienced. You have already felt what it feels like to experience these things. So you build a great boundary of not tolerating disrespect around you. And that person who went through the same thing also have built that kind of boundary. So you want good people to be with good people. You feel me? So it's not contaminated. You feel me? We don't need no more good people being with bad people. And bad people always contaminate. They always contaminate good people. Always. Because their job is just to be disruptive and just poison the whole atmosphere type of shit like that. There's no limits to how far they want to go, you feel me? Like if I have to tell you that the things that you're doing is wrong and you can think that for yourself, that's classified as a mentally ill person. because they know the things that they're doing is wrong, but they keep doing it because they cannot stop themselves from doing it. They actually wake up in proudness about the things that they're doing. And it's like, if it happens to you, would you like that? They'll say no, of course not. But they still do it to somebody else. That's a mentally ill patient. You feel me? Anyway, you see my situation throughout my life, man. I know there's a morning I always gotta talk to you about my situation, because you have to talk about the things that you've been through. So if somebody hear it and it's familiar to what they what they went through or what they going through, they can use your story as a weapon to move forward. If it wasn't for these people talking about their story, I wouldn't have known how to deal with mine. I mean, I was dealing with mine perfectly fine, God's willing, thank God. But truth be told, once you give a language to a problem, it solves it makes the mind rest easier. You feel me? So the fact that there's a name for it, there's an identification for it, it made a lot of sense. It put everything else in perspective. It made me understand what I was going through. You feel me? It made me, as I was looking at all the symptoms and the traits of it, it made me understand it more. And I'm like, this is crazy. You feel me? All this time, there was a narcissistical, a scapegoat, or should we call it a scape coyote? A scape coyote. Yeah. You gonna say, who let the dogs out? You feel me? I'm reason why I'm laughing at that, because I woke up this morning, I did my regular jogging to the bus stop. Then the next thing I know, I seen something from afar moving as fast as possible. I'm talking about this shit look. I'm like, yo, who? I'm like, there's no way a human being can run that fast. Like, that shit was moving. It looked just black. It was just dark in complexion. It kind of reminded me of a wolf. And I'm like, yeah, that shit is big, but it's moving fast. Then I got on the bus and the lady was like, yo, you ain't see that coyote that just passed by you? I'm so focused on looking at the other, I guess that was a coyote, it was two of them. I was so focused on watching the other one far away that I didn't see another coyote that run by me. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even see it. The coyote didn't even want problems with me. It was like, yeah, I'm trying to escape myself, my nigga. Like, like, I'm like, oh shit. Like, I was watching the other one, I'm like, but I didn't see the other one running by me fast. I guess somebody, they let them loose. You know, these people that work in, the people that work in the field and everything else like that, they know what they're doing, you feel me? So they allow these things to run rapid. I seen it before. They did that, the same shit that happened this morning happened in this same area, actually. They had two coyotes. They was very small, brown ones, two of them, and they released them. They usually do that. They know, they be climbing the mountains and cutting grass and everything else like that, so they can capture these things and release them somewhere else. So I'm like, the coyote is way out of place, especially where I was taking the bus at, because it's a university over there. I'm talking about whole university. The coyote would not be out there. He's not out of place like that. They know where they're going. So I knew that was something that people, they just captured them and released them towards me. Because it's like the hate doesn't work no more, so we might as well get the animals on him. That's why I was making jokes like, who let the dogs out and stuff like that. You know, narcissistic behavior type shit like that. This is the extremist version of it. This is the extremist version of it, you feel me? But I was watching the video and everything else like that, the narcissistical ways, and it's making sense. It makes so much sense. The fact that they try to compare me to somebody else, that they call it a golden the golden person. So they'll compare you to somebody that is like, that everybody's deemed as, like, let's just say it's a community, a neighborhood, or in your family or your friends, and everybody sees that person, let's just say it's like a football star. So they will compare you to the biggest star in your school. Or if you're in the rap industry, they'll compare you to somebody like a Drake, who's like the golden person, because he's like, Everybody want to make music with him, but you are the victim. So they're comparing you to Drake, knowing that, look, you, not that you can never compare to Drake, but it's like they will never make you pass Drake, because regardless of how hard you try, you've been working hard, you've been on your mission, you've been in the game for a long time, you've been rapping, you've been putting all these things in place. You're supposed to win. The amount of work that you've been putting in, amount of records that you've been putting on, you're supposed to win. But they'll never let you win because they compare you to that golden person. And if that golden person's not doing a good job, guess what? They will help that golden person in spite of you. You feel me? They'll make sure that golden person meet the right kind of people. They will gaslight that golden person. It's like inflame the golden person. It's as if they put extra, it's like putting extra air in a balloon to make the balloon bigger than what it is. And that's what they do with the golden person. They give him confidence. They give him a pat on his back. They will give him, if they back to their shit, they can't help themselves. They will give him, what do you call it? They'll give him extra features on the album. They'll make songs, instead of the song going to somebody else, they'll give it to somebody like a Drake to make sure that he wins. They have, like, you feel me? Because they will not allow you to win, because they compare you to this, they'll compare you to the golden standard to make sure that you never win. It's like, no matter how hard you try, you're doing all the things you're supposed to do. But no matter how hard you try, you just can't get over that person because they keep comparing you to that person. So even when you do good, they be like, yeah, that was nice, but you ain't do, like, that song, the new song that Drake dropped, nah, that shit hot, B. And it's like everything you do is never amount. You can never reach that status because they keep degrading you, they keep devaluing what you do just to compare you to somebody that, like, they got, Flying Monkeys is a lot. Flying Monkeys is the army of his team. So he done recruit everybody else, and you got Flying Monkeys that, let's say this Flying Monkeys, some of the Flying Monkeys is songwriters, producers, and everything else like that. So they make an extra good song. Everybody's coming together, working as a team to make that golden person look good. And here you are trying to fight this golden person. This golden person has all the resources. The golden person is also part of the Flying Monkeys. They're all in it together to make you look bad. You feel me? Because they see your potential and it's like, yo, we can't allow this person to get on. You feel me? This is narcissistical ways, and it happens in my own life itself too. You feel me? They'll put you against this person, and they be like, oh, but he got this, he got that, he got a lot of friends. Like, they say these things just to make you mad. They try to take you off. And once you show some kind of frustration, if you see he's jealous, I told y'all niggas he was jealous, but they've been poking at the bed for so long, the only thing the bed can do is just, you feel me? It's like, God damn, they what you want a nigga to do. But the best thing for you to do is just compose yourself, maintain your composure. Remember, I have to remind myself, you're not doing this. I'm not working hard to get people's approval. I'm working hard because I have to work hard, because I love to work hard. I'm working hard because I have a different purpose in life. I am working hard because I want to work hard so I can be at a peaceful place in my life where I don't have to beg nobody else for food. It's like you can say the same thing to yourself. I'm putting this music out there because it's a passion of mine. I'm putting this kind of sources out there because I love my fans. Be like, I'm not comparing myself to Drake and anything else like that. These are the things, you gotta recite these things, you feel me? Because they will compare you to this golden person, and it's uncomparable, because it's like, even if the golden person does not even want to compete anymore, they will bring somebody in that golden person's way to make that golden person look better than what he is. They will keep feeding this person in spite of you. That's what they're gonna do. They will do that shit. And if somebody else come into your life to help you out, let's just say in my case, if I meet a new girl, they will come to this person, or a girl or a boy. If I meet a new friend, they'll come to this person, or if you're a music person and a person who wants to help you make a new song, they'll come to this person and offer this person some kind of money, or tell that person that, yo, you know good that you spoke behind this person's back, or you took money from this person. So the little mistake that you've made in your life, they will use that against you, against this person. Oh, he's no good. He did this to this person. He doesn't even do this with his kids. He did that and third. Just to remove these people away from you so you can be by yourself, so you don't have no help, so you are over there by yourself. That's why I said it's very, very important to reevaluate what you're doing, the things you're doing it for. You feel me? I've gotten to the point I'm so secretive about what I'm doing because, remind you, then flying, if they got that much of a big army, your phone could be tapped. They might be listening to your conversation. They even have people around you who will be feeding you or feeding you information on how to think. You feel me? They're trying to trick you into thinking the way they want you to think, so they can be like, you see, that's why they always try to recorrect you and try to shape you into what they want you to shape you into. You see, this shit is the game is rigged, like I was telling y'all, man. You feel me? So it's like, this is what they do. So they will make, I'm not saying Drake, I'm just using Drake as an example, and I'm using this imaginary person who's a music person as an example and everything else like that. Remember, they also, thank you for that, they also do the fake laugh and everything else like that. They have to deem you as being crazy. You feel me? They have to deem you, oh, this person is insane. That's because you're hearing the call. Whenever the narcissist come out of his shadow, because they remember, they create different shadows in their life and everything else like that. Whenever he comes out of one of his characters to say something, that means that you strike a chord. So every time you hear the fake laugh, like, or some, or they do some outrageous and obnoxious thing, that means that you're striking a chord. That means that you're in the right direction. You saying the right things, and you saying the right things, or you doing the right things, and they have to come out and do all these things. Let's just say, as a music person, again, I'm just using music as an example. You could be a basketball player or whatever, but let's just use the music thing again. So you a music person, and you hits after hits, you got one of the best records out, but we all know, even in the music industry, there's some kind of narcissistic going on, because you can make one of the hottest record, and it's like, you be like, damn, this is one of my hottest records. But if the radio station don't play it, and people don't hear it, or people not just pushing it like that, guess what? It's not going to happen. It's like there's a team already. There's already a family being formed already, and they just want you out of it. They just want you to be at a certain position. They want you to be in a spot where they can always point to you and be like, you don't want to be like this person. You feel me? You have to play that position. And when you start bettering yourself, and you start doing all the things that you're supposed to do, and you start going against what they're doing, you start acting more of a positive image, and you start calling people out for what they're doing is wrong, and guess what? They're gonna come after you. This is when they start enhancing the golden person, like a Drake kind of figure. They will enhance them, throw all the money and resource at that individual, and they come to you and tell you about this thing. They'll send another flying monkey to you, one of their secret agents. They'll send a flying monkey to you, you know what I mean? Anybody. They'll send a total stranger to you just to tell you, hey, this person is doing great, or a family member, just to see how you react to it. Even if you don't have no malice reaction to it, they'll be like, he's jealous. Like that kind of stuff. This is what they do. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like that golden person, that shit was crazy. These are all part of his scapegoat. This is all part of his or her. I'm using his because I'm a male, but you can use his, her, or it. However you want to categorize this narcissistical person. So this is all part of the scapegoating process and everything else like that. They use these things just to put you in a place and to show and try to degrade you and be like, no, this is where you're supposed to be. How dare you try to be better than who you are? How dare you? Like that kind of stuff like that. You feel me? Another scapegoat. Hold on. Let it pass. Another scapegoat that they use, I think I said it already, is the form of isolation. They have to isolate you. They want to strip every kind of resource that you have from you. They might turn your crew against you. They might turn your management against you. Let me start using the music then. I'm telling myself. I'm pretending to my own life, actually. They will turn your own family against you. They'll turn your girlfriend against you. They'll turn your friends against you. They try to turn your job against you. They try to turn everybody against you. And they will even when you move away, they will still try their very best to try to turn the new people in your life against you. You feel me? They will still try to turn these new people in your life against you. They will gaslight these individuals, of course. they'll always find another golden person in that new place just to enhance that person. Of course, they do it through my situation, they always do it with girls and money, cars and everything else. They enhance this new individual, and they always enhance this new individual with the girls and everything else like that, because they always got to find out what you care about the most and try to use that against you. If it's your kids that you care about the most, they'll use that against you. The next thing you know, your kids is having attitudes with you because they train their kids. Their kids is part of the flying monkeys too, or granny or grandma or anybody else like that. They'll use, even if they got to use the community, they'll use the community against you. Even if you belong in a church, they'll gaslight the pastor and everything else. All of a sudden, you see this new person who's getting real close to the pastor, and they'll use that person against you. They'll use people that you see as somebody like a mentor that you pay a great respect to. They'll use that person against you. And the whole objective of doing these things is to separate you so you can be alone. You can be isolated from the rest of other people. They want you because they've already set their mind in painting you as something else already. Remember, you are an avatar in their world. So they got the fantasy world in their mind. So if you don't act the way you're supposed to act, like a sim, like, you know, the sim, the game called like the sim and everything else, and everybody got that little golden thing in the top of their head, the video game. So you not acting like the way the avatar's supposed to act, so they got to come back around to put you in your place. Like, yo, why you stop smoking cigarette, bro? Why you stop drinking? Yo, what's wrong with you? Like, you don't even smoke weed no more? Dang, like, what the fuck? This nigga's vegetarian too? Like, what? You don't watch porn? What? Like, you feel me? Stuff that stuff like that, because now you confusing them. Like, they world, remember, they live in a fantasy world, you feel me? And the fantasy world has to match some form of, they try to like enforce. It's almost like when you see those movies, those Avatar, that adventures movies, or the X-Men movies, where this person is trying to bring his world into the world into the world itself, and they're trying to open this wormhole where they bring their world into our world type shit like that. Basically, that's what they're doing. They're trying to bring their fantasy world into a world that's already existing. It could be your community. It could be the whole of the United States. They try to bring their world into their world. They're trying to make it into their world forcefully. You feel me? Manipulative. You know what I mean? They act very sheep and wolf the wolf and sheep clothing. Basically, that's how they act. Very aggressive behind closed doors, but in the public, they got the sheep clothing on. You feel me? You have to understand these things. And the flying monkeys know these things already, but they cover up for these individuals or this group or whatever, you know what I mean, group of individuals or race or whatever you want to call it. Of course, they cover up for these things. They are the cover up. They are the one they know the truth already because they part of the team already. So they part of the agenda. They've already been promised same positions in this so-called quote-unquote fantasy world. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, they know the truth. When the truth hurts, they react to it. When they don't react to it and they start, they're not saying nothing and they want you to keep going on, that's when they want you to keep making a fool out of yourself. But once they react and try to stop you and make noise and everything else, that's when you know you're on the right path. Like, okay, that means I'm saying something. Oh, that's good. This time I ain't see no flies. You feel me? I watched the video back. It was very hard to see the flies on the camera itself. For a quick glimpse, you can probably see it, but it's like you have to pay very close attention. Anyway, so this is what they do. You feel me? The isolation process. You feel me? It's okay. You need to that's a good thing. When they start isolating you, you need to take into account, okay, good, I'm being isolated right now. This is the best time for me to isolate myself too from them. So the best thing for you to do is first, before you physically isolate from them, you have to mentally isolate from them. You have to unlearn everything else that you've learned about that individual. Because remind you, that person is not themselves anymore. It's not whatever they showed you is not who they are. So you trying to fight a game where that person had years upon years on you. You feel me? They was gaslighting. They was showing you what they wanted you to see about them. You feel me? But they're not who you think they are in your mind. When you see them, you're associating them with, oh, that's my this, oh, that's my friend, oh, this is my boss, oh, this is my manager, or this is my partner, or this is my wife, or this is my husband, or this is my Parents are, they, that's what they wanted to show you. So you have to unlearn these things, and you have to be very honest with yourself and take them for what they are. You feel me? Take them. You have to judge them by the actions. The action that they put forward is who they are. After you relearn your process, so you have to isolate yourself. Why they trying to isolate you is the best time for you to also isolate yourself from them. Remember, the flying monkeys and everything else like that are also narcissistical. So you have to isolate yourself from them too. You feel me? They've been trying for years. They've been helping. They might come with the crying, tears, and everything else like that. Isolate yourself from them, because they are as detrimental as the narcissists themselves too. They was helping, knowingly helping that person out, knowing that it was a lie upon your life. So you also have to isolate themselves. You have to go with the no contact. That's what they call it, no contact. When they try to isolate you, just take that as an opportunity to isolate yourself. You go with the no contact rule, separate yourself. It's best to know who is who, because there could be so many people. It's like you can't even keep up. Like in my situation, I'm still learning. It's like ever since I learned about the objective of the flying monkeys, it's like I'm going back in my mind, replaying everything, and I'm like, oh shit, when I hear something new on video, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it sounds so similar to my story. And you have to understand that every narcissist is uniquely different from the next narcissist, but they all play the same game. They all play the same game. They all manipulative. They all what do you call it? Condescended. They lack empathy. They live in a fantasy world. They all play the same game, but they all uniquely different, because they play in the way that they know how to play. Because each and every one of them had different circumstances which led them to where they are, but they play the same game. You feel me? So it's like when you going back in your memory and everything else like that, after learning all these traits and symptoms and everything else like that, you have to start looking at things and be like, yo, that's crazy. Feel me? How are these people tracking you? They could be tracking you through your job. That's how they do it. They always have something where they can track you too. It could be a company. It could be your parents. It could be your girlfriend. It could be through your kids. It could be through your baby mom. It could be through so many things that you have to be connected to. Sometimes you just can't pick up and leave and just disconnect yourself. These people are literally connected to you. There's no disconnect. I'm not saying that this flying, I have not mentioned who the flying monkey is, so don't even assume. Because I don't even know how many flying monkeys or how many narcissists are even in my life. Because I've been going through this for decades upon decades. And to tell the truth, nobody has even acknowledged me going through these things. Everybody seems to, hold on, let it be. That's this hardened thing about it.